Good morning. Oh, we should start with something else so that we don't get demonetized. Let's try again. Now let's start it because now it's been at least a few seconds. Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, good morning. Hello! Hi everybody, welcome back to another morning with me, the Last Minute Laura of the Last Minute Laura morning show. I feel like without the intro jingle, we're not really the Last Minute Laura morning show, am I right? I feel like I need the jingle. Good morning! I guess I should have said hi before I get in to this marshmallow. Life hack for those of you who are new, put a marshmallow in your tea. Good morning, everybody. I have mosquito bites all over my legs. I have maybe a little bit of a sunburn in some spots. Don't tell Scrappy. And also, I had an awesome weekend. So, good morning. For those of you who are new, I'm Laura. It's Monday morning. We get together every weekday morning from 8 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. Eastern time just to hang out. We have tea, we have our breakfast, we have our lunch if you're in Europe, we have our dinner if you're in Australia. Wherever you are, we hang out, we chat, and we get our day planned or talked about. So, if you're new, I should hope that you stick around, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hang out with us. Like I said, we get together every morning, so come back tomorrow. And don't forget, everybody, to hit the like button, because it really does help the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it when you hit the like button. I know, you're like, it's just part of a spiel now. No, it really does actually make a difference. So click the like button. It only takes you a second. It's free for you. I just started itching a mosquito bite, so now you know what starts happening when you itch a mosquito bite. They stay itchy forever. So now I have a very itchy mosquito bite. Great. So, anywho, good morning, everybody. Subscribe, like the video. That's the first on the docket. Let me see who's here so I can say good morning. Lori, good morning. Frida, good morning. Sorry for the late announcement, guys. I got out of bed at 7:30, and then by the time that I came in from saying hello to the chickens, it was 7:56, but the water was already boiling for the tea, so I got to sit down here by 7:59 because 2 minutes for tea. But then I had to still do the whole, like, open my computer, and I haven't even, like, this is what it looks like this morning. Good morning, Jenna, good morning. And Dave, good morning. Hey, lovely Laura, and lovely everybody else. Hello, lovely everybody else. Laura, so glad you had a lovely weekend. Me too. Sun is shining, it's nice and warm, and I just want to spread the love. Well, we have a little bit of a break this morning, which is amazing. We've had a very hot weekend of, the wind was even hot. It was a beautiful weekend. So hot, so sweaty. We didn't turn the AC on. We slept downstairs because we have our old bed set up downstairs. So there's still a queen mattress, and it's nice and cool, and also it's where our large computer screens are, so we could watch TV and movies and stuff. And it's where Alex's office is set up, so it's already like ready for people to be in. And we slept down there because it was nice and cool. But the problem with down there is the sun doesn't shine directly into your face when you wake up, so it's a little harder to wake up in the morning from downstairs, but it's so cozy because it's like a cave. But yeah, today it's actually fully overcast. It feels like it's gonna rain, but the forecast doesn't show that it's supposed to rain today. But I guess we'll see. It's fully overcast. The breeze is like slightly cool. It feels like rain is coming. Also, my garden has exploded this weekend. I didn't water it all weekend, and then I watered it last night. And this morning I went out and everything had doubled in size. I got this much green produce to give to the chickens just this morning. Like, I picked kale and romaine lettuce and butter lettuce and more kale and so much Swiss chard that, like, the chickens are very happy right now. They have a ton of veg to eat through. They have grass and like clover and stuff, but they also have like now a whole bunch of vegetables coming every morning. We even have tomatoes on a couple of our plants. They're not ready, but it's coming. Frida, did you have a good midsummer? yes, Frida, if you have anything we didn't hear yet about your midsummer, I would love to, I'd love to hear more about it. Though Ola had a work emergency and we had to cut it short. A little weird being just mom, dad, and us. We're usually 17 people. Yeah, that would be weird. Like having Christmas dinner or Easter or Thanksgiving, midsummer, like having one of those with just the immediate family feels weird. Josie, good morning, Josie. Hi, pretty eyes. Good morning. Glad I'm here. Glad you're here as well, Josie. Dave, hope nothing too serious, work emergency, but yes, a strange time for all. Absolutely. And Dave, hello, lovely Laura. Glad you had a lovely weekend. Oh, I got that one already. Hold on, you guys are talking fast. I'm not all the way there yet. I'm mosquito eaten too. Yeah, I literally have them everywhere. So if you see me like inappropriately scratching parts of my body, it's because I have mosquito bites all over me because it was so hot. I didn't want to put on long pants in the evening. I just wanted to walk around in my shorts. I paid the price, but I mean, I almost feel like it was worth it. Scrappy, good morning. And Dina, good morning. Nice to see you as well. Good morning, chickens. Yes, I got a new spinning wheel, brand new. What? That's so cool. And Kim just got a spinning wheel too. That's crazy. You guys are going to be like a spinning team. That should be a live stream, just a team of spinners. Nancy, good morning, Nancy. Nice to see you this morning. Yes, like, subscribe, and share the video. Heck yeah, Dina, you're right about that. My mom told me to put toothpaste on mosquito bites. I think that's just so that it burns differently than when you itch it. And also there's something on it to make you not touch it. I don't think it actually does anything, but I'll do it because if you could see, my poor ankle has like 6 mosquito bites. Again, my fault, but you know. Anyway. Tiger Balm or cortisone cream for me. I've never used Tiger Balm. I've seen it and I never have used it. I will have to try that, Lori. I know you shouldn't scratch them, but it's hard not to. Yeah, I know you shouldn't, but midsummer is celebrated about as much as Christmas here. So it is like a big family deal. That sucks then, that it's like keeps everyone separate right now during that kind of an event. My baby skunks are growing. My baby raccoons, I have a story this weekend about them. They were causing trouble this weekend. Our raccoons were causing trouble. Jenna, my summer solstice was a tree of life hung on my front door with the door left open and sage and a sea salt candle lit to waft through the house. Ooh, fun. That sounds nice. Dave, it's pretty epic. Frida. I believe it. The food that you had was good, and that was only for 4 people, so I'm imagining like a 17-person version. And yes, this is a huge marshmallow. I buy the gigantic ones, because then I only have to eat one. Alright, so let me tell you the raccoon story from this weekend, okay? First of all, I hope you're all well. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everybody in your family is safe and doing well as well. And hope you drank enough water and didn't get any headaches this weekend, because those are the worst. Okay, so this weekend we went out. When did we go out? On Friday? I think we went out on Friday, right? To hang out with my friend? Or was that on Thursday? Whatever. We went out to hang out with my friend. Alex! Yeah. When did we go to my friend's house? Thursday. That was Thursday? Is that when the raccoons were causing trouble, or was that on Friday?
Probably Friday.
I think it was Friday because we stopped somewhere. Anyway, we went out on Friday, and me and my noticing your backdrop, do you like? I never noticed that long wooden coffee table, hold on, oblong coffee table before with the basket on it. Is it from IKEA? I used to have a similar one. Oh yeah, that one's like, that's just one of those easy to move around tables. It's not even a like, it's not a staple in this room. It just is light and easy to move around. I just moved it out of the way. It was actually beside me, just holding stuff for me to easily reach. But yes, it is. Dave and Millicent got so many meatballs. Parents are hard to train. They are hard to train. Like, don't give Thunder any food. He's very small. One piece of bacon is a huge amount of bacon for a very small dog. Okay, anyway, raccoons. So we got home at like 8 o'clock, 8:15. The sun was still up. Like, it was almost dusk, but the sun had still like this much room in the sky before it was going to be set. So the sun was not down yet. We came into the backyard. I went into the chicken run. I was talking to the chickens. I was like getting them ready to get headed into the coop because they go into the coop right around dusk because that's when the raccoons come out and I don't want them to accidentally interact. And then as I'm walking around, a raccoon walks right at my feet, right in front of me, just walks out of the triangle A-frame, and the chickens were not even reacting to it. Like, it was eating their food in the A-frame. And I went, because there was an adult raccoon. And good morning, Claire, and thank you. Lovely and tidy. Thank you. I'm glad you can see that I pushed all of the junk out of the frame. But, okay, so a raccoon runs in front of me. I squeal because I wasn't expecting a raccoon. It doesn't even run. It like slowly climbs up the fence, looking back at me, like, are you sure I need to go? And I was like, okay. Well, it's, Lori, they seem to come every single day at dawn and at dusk. So they're not there like all night long. They're there at the beginning of the night and at the end of the night. So I wasn't totally surprised that they were around, but that they were in the chicken run while I was in it. They climbed over the fence into the chicken run. They were probably there when I arrived and they were just like, oh no, like she came back. But the chickens were not freaking out. The chickens were not acting as though there was a raccoon in their chicken run eating food with them. The raccoon was not bothering them. It was just like they were all eating together. So I freaked out. I chased it down. And it left. I do not like peanut butter and chocolate together. I don't want to not like it because they always put peanut butter and chocolate together, but I do not prefer it. That granola bar is peanut butter chocolate. Aww. Dina. Claire's right, you keep a lovely room, even though there's so much in it. Well, thank you. It's all a sham. It's all not real. This is like, it's like I'm having you guys over. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having you over. My house doesn't look like this. This is the room where I'm having people over. Like, I vacuumed this carpet because I knew you guys were coming over. You know what I'm saying? But thank you. And Dina, you're so cute. We stopped looking at the beautiful Laura. That's how you're noticing the background. Hello, look at me, look at me. And Katina, I have raccoons here all day long. Luckily here, that's not a thing. They are opportunists. They watched you leave. Yeah, for sure. They're friends. I mean, I would be fine with it if raccoons were not the carriers of rabies in our area, because I don't need raccoons to be making their world comfortable around my home because I have a dog and I don't want him to get attacked by a rabid animal. Dina, Laura is, oh, lovely, lovely. Frida, I agree on the peanut butter and chocolate. I preference Laura. I say peanut butter and banana. Oh yeah, totally. Like, I'll eat a Reese's peanut butter cup, but like when I choose to, like, I want a Reese's peanut butter cup. I don't want all of the granola bars. Like, if it's got protein in it, they immediately are like, let's put peanut butter and chocolate together. Everybody wants that. And I'm like, I want this Nature Valley protein bar, but it's peanut butter and dark chocolate. If you're dark chocolate too, yikes. Like, come on. Give me just a regular milk chocolate granola bar. I'm trying to eat a chocolate bar and call it a granola bar. Is that all right? Anyway, you guys can have those. Walked with my mom and the doggo this morning. Oh, that's nice. Take them to the vets for the jabs. You know, yes, Jenna, absolutely. Thunders is in just under 2 weeks now. His vet trip, his annual shots. He gets rabies. I don't think he gets rabies this year. I think rabies is a 3-year now. So I think he's okay. But either way, if he needs rabies, he'll get rabies shots, not the actual disease. Okay, anyway, listen. So I'm getting the chickens all organized. I'm angling them, now that the raccoon's gone, I'm angling them towards the coop. I like do like what a herding dog would do, and I just like sort of go like this back and forth to sort of move them in. And oh, take the raccoons for a jab, LOL. Be like, my dog needs to be protected from rabies because there's like wild animals. Have the vet be like, this is not a dog. Honestly, Jenna, they're pretty human comfortable. Like, honestly, if I took them to the vet, they'd probably be like, food? Food? I understood what you meant. I was cracking up. Well, you know what they need? They need to give me like a teeny tiny airsoft gun with like rabies darts in it. Pew, 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 pew. Alex is really considering getting an airsoft gun just to scare them away with, because they're not afraid of light and they're not afraid of us. Like, I think they need to be flicked, like with like a, not even a pellet gun. Like there's like something above that, right? Like a target, like basically a Nerf gun, but more. I'm pretty sure that we can find one that's like stronger than a Nerf gun, but not hard enough to actually injure an animal. We need to find that happy medium, and I'm sure we can find something because lights are not working. Noise isn't working. Like I said to my dad on the weekend, like, oh, we should find if there's like a sound gun. Like I can aim it and shoot just a quick beam of sound at them. But I think they need to like be shooed away by something. Anyway, between an airsoft and a paintball, well, paintball is shooting out a paintball, but airsoft you can shoot out pellets or BBs. So pellets can kill something, BBs hurt them. I'm not a gun person, if you guys didn't notice already, but Alex has been doing research, so this is like the secondhand information that I'm taking from someone else who isn't into that sort of thing. So we're both like not educated on it. It's like entry-level education, and I'm getting secondhand entry-level education. From what I understand, we could do a paintball, but I don't want to be the reason. See, that's what my dad said too, Frida, was what about a water gun or the water hose? But since we have an old house, our hose doesn't provide pressure. Like our hose turned on all the way doesn't provide pressure enough to like fill a hose, you know? Or a Nerf gun. Yeah, exactly. I just split my... Oh, spilt it down my front. Oh, ouch, hot. Especially if it's hot in the summer. No thanks. Got a lot of animals with pellets or BBs injuries here. See, yeah, I don't want to injure an animal, and I don't want to cause it to be wounded otherwise. Like, that's what I'm worried about with paint. If we did paintballs, now they're marked. Do you know what I mean? And that's not a problem for me, but when they go back out and do wild things, they smell like paint, so they're findable. And also they visibly have paint on them, and I don't know if they like are gonna bathe themselves and then get sick from it. Like, I don't want to make them sick. I just want to scare them away. So I don't know. I still haven't figured out which one's the right option, but I don't think paintballs. I would use a hose or a super soaker. That's what my dad said, is to get a pump up super soaker and just use one of them. And I think that that's a good idea. The other thing I was thinking what might be a good idea is like a waterer system. You know, like how the people water their lawns? Like that. But yeah, exactly, Scrappy. A motion detection sprinkler. Something that'll just freak them out and make them uncomfortable. Maybe there are nozzles you can get the hose to get better pressure. Maybe, but it's like not coming out of our house with high pressure. Like from the hose, like without the hose on, the water won't. Anyway, yes, there needs to be a solution that doesn't wound animals and doesn't maim animals, but does scare them away enough that they don't want to come back. I think water is like where I'm leaning, because I don't want, they're really cute, you guys, and I don't want any of them to like get hurt. Like, that's not, I don't want to find like a wounded raccoon later. I don't want to be, that's not good on my soul. We have in the past used tiger poo. Good to have friends that work at the zoo. Ooh, predator poo, right, I've heard that. Like, you pour coyote pee that you get from the store around, and it keeps rabbits out, but unfortunately it invites coyotes. So I can't do that. It's good if you're like in the city where there's no coyotes. Okay, I didn't even actually tell you the story. That first raccoon was not even the story. So I get all the chickens organized. Water pressure in the bathroom that is further from the pump. Yeah, right? I know, country house living. Alex! Alex! Alex!
Yeah.
It's 8:30. Come get your tea. Come on. We both slept in this morning. Anyway, so I was shimmying the chickens into their chicken coop, and none of them wanted to go in. And I was like, Kate, I know it's a little bit early, but there was a raccoon in here. You guys have to get into your coop because I know they're around. And they were in the trees. Like, I could go look to the trees, and they were just above where I could reach with my hand. There was 3 adult raccoons. So I scared one adult away, and there were 2 more adults in the trees. And I was like, these little bandits, they're so cute. And then I go into the chicken coop, and there's already like 3 chickens in there. There were 3 baby raccoons in the chicken coop eating the eggs, like holding eggs. There were only a couple of eggs left in the chicken coop. Luckily, I had been collecting them throughout the day, so they didn't eat a whole ton of like eggs. But 3... Okay, not baby raccoons. 3 very young raccoons. They were juvenile. Like, they already looked like a raccoon. They didn't have all of those, like, they didn't have, like, their ears back or anything like that. They were pretty self-sufficient. But they were with their parents. 3 of them were inside of the coop, piled on top of each other, looking around for eggs. And the chickens were just going in. The stupid white ones were going in without any regard for their safety. But like Diane and Clover were like, I'm not going in there, there's something in there. But I didn't read that situation properly, so I was like, come on, you guys are so stubborn. So anyway, I get in there and I'm like, get out! I start yelling at them. I'm in the coop, they're in the coop. Our coop is a 9-foot by 7-foot shed. It's not a big space. So I'm in there, and they literally like piled underneath of each other, like, and just, they were like this. And I was like, you're not invisible. I'm looking at you. And like, they were like doing like, I'm like, you're hiding under your own self. You're hiding under your own self. I see you. You're in a wooden room. Like, you're visible. So I'm trying to like scare them out. I'm like putting my leg towards them, not in like a stupid way, but in definitely a stupid way. And then I'm like, they're raccoons, maybe not a good idea to touch them. So I got a board of wood, and I like was pushing them out of the coop, and they were like, basically they went like limp. They were just like, I can't leave, I'm dead. So I'm pushing a limp. They're awake. They're not panicked. They're like, if we pretend we're dead, she will leave us alone. But there's 3 of you. Together, you're the size of like 2 adult raccoons. They're like 0.75%, 75% of the right size. So they're big, like they're heavy, and I'm like feeling the full weight of the raccoon. I'm pushing it out. I have like a flat board of wood, and I'm like scraping them out of the coop. And they're not fighting. They're not trying to stay in the coop. They're just like being babies who are throwing a tantrum. So eventually I got them out of the coop, and then they scared all of the chickens as they ran away. I saw 2 of them run away, and in my head I was like, the 3rd one was with them, I guess. So then we were just waiting to see if we could see them come back into the coop to see how they got in, because it's a metal shed on the outside. Like, I don't know how they could have got in. Oh great, Nancy, they'll be back all the time now that they know where the eggs are. Great. I would love to tell you Nancy is wrong, Laura, but I think she's right. They'll be back. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be back. Easy food with animals that aren't protecting it. Like, I can't even be mad. It was an open door. They went in, no one was there, the chickens didn't freak out, and they ate eggs. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I need to modify my behavior for them because they are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. That's why I'm not mad about any of this. Like, they're so cute. And they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. But they're so cute, and they can murder my chickens. There's a documentary about that. You might have heard of it. The Tiger King, LOL. So basically cats. Yeah, Sid, essentially cats. As soon as they got caught, they're like, I can't, you have to deal with it now. Like, they were so, I was literally laughing and going, why are you so cute? Like, yelling, laughing, yelling at them. Like, I wasn't angry. I was like, it was like finding a bunch of cats where cats aren't supposed to be. That's what they were like. Yes, it's a real pain, and they're, aren't they? They charge the earth for call out alone. Hold on, because I know it's an emergency, a harsh characteristic of economics and capitalism. Oh, geez. There's a documentary about it. Is it even a documentary, Frida? Built on the cheap, probably. Okay, so moving on. The house was built in 92, but the plumbing is awful. Yeah, here. They'll be back with their friends. Well, Nancy, they came back with their parents. Luckily for me, they came in through the front door. This is what Alex and I were freaking out about, was like, did they get in through part of this shed? It's bolted to the ground, and it's on poured concrete. It has a wooden floor on top of that, and then everything is screwed in. Like, we couldn't move the shed. And I couldn't find any spots of the, like, it's made of metal. I couldn't find any spots that would, like, bend to let any size of, like, stuff in. So I was like, we were sitting there waiting for them to try and get back in. They got in through the door. So that's a good thing. That means that they're getting in through the door, which means as long as the door is closed at night, the chickens are safe. The problem is we have to be around at dusk to get the door closed, because the door stays open during the day so that they can go in and lay eggs. So this is what Alex is thinking for right now. He's going to remove more branches, because we have big old pine trees and they have branches all the way to the ground, but they're a type of pine tree where they're supposed to have like a long, tall stalk. They just hadn't been trimmed. So Alex trimmed them all to around 5 or 6 feet. He's thinking he's going to trim them up to like 8 feet so that the raccoons there's a slight inconvenience, a slight additional inconvenience for them to get in, because right now it's fairly easy. So anyway, there were 3 baby raccoons in our chicken coop, and they were the cutest things in the whole world. And when they got caught, their reaction was cat. Their reaction was just cat. They'll be back with their friends. That was copied and pasted about raccoons. Hold on. Raccoons are omnivores, meaning they will eat both plants and other animals. This includes fruits, berries, nuts, fish, frogs, mussels, crayfish, insects, turtles, mice, rabbits, muskrats, and bird eggs. I'm sure they will happily kill a chicken if it came to that. Like, as soon as it gets dark, if you've not had chickens before, I'll let you in. Scrappy, a little raccoon party. Pretty much. Maybe that was their midsummer celebration. Oh, they ate my nice eggs. I hope they had a nice celebration, but they're not invited for any more time. There are lots of dodgy people in plumbing. You know, 2 different conversations going on, one about housing and one about raccoons, and both of them valid. But yeah, for real, I need to visit Laura so I can play with the raccoons. Well, that's the problem. Here's the problem, Jenna. In my area, raccoons, foxes, and skunks are the big rabies carriers. Like, there's like radio commercials and billboards in this town and the surrounding towns. Like, there will be a billboard with a cute picture of a fox on it, and it'll be like, "Don't touch me. Foxes carry rabies in our area." Like, for real, for real. Hello, Lauren. Everyone, I've been watching on my TV, so I didn't get to say hello. Oh, good morning, V. And I thought I saw Candace come in. Yes, sorry, I'm late, passed out here. Good morning, Candace. Nice to see you this morning. And also good morning, V. And good morning, Richard. I'm on my work profile, Affordably Crafty. Oh, cool. Well, good morning. Nice to see you, Crafty. Dave, yeah, and we know nothing about it, so we can't say if they did a good job. Yeah, that's the worst. I'm like that with all things that are technical. The raccoons have a fan in Jenna, less so in Laura. Like, honestly, though, this is a problem. I grew up not seeing raccoons as a problem because I never had animals that needed to be worried about. I grew up with large dogs, so when the raccoons were out, the dogs just stayed in. and we would just, aw, a raccoon. It's fine. We're gonna manage it. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to put traps out and catch them and rehome them to another area. Like, I don't want to do all of that. I just want to make the chickens safe where they are. Like, I don't think I need to change the behavior of the raccoons. I just need to modify my behavior. Because again, the raccoons are not doing anything wrong. And they're not, like, I'm not inviting them, and I'm not saying, like, come on guys, hang out with me. Like, I'm not making them unsafe for other people. They're not invited here, but the fact that they're here, like, I live in the country by the woods. Like, they were here first. We have eggs. I would come too. So all I need to do is make it not inviting. I put away the chicken food at night. I make sure that the what's it called? The like compost stuff, because I give them our like food waste. I've been collecting it all up at the end of the day. They don't leave very much left, but I'm sure it still smells nice. And I put it in a container and it's away. So they're not at risk. Like, they're not invited. And the chickens have a safe space, so they're not at risk, which is good. But we are going to continue fortifying the area, like, just to ensure. I don't think there isn't a way they could dig underneath, because again, there's poured concrete, so I'm not worried about them getting into the shed so much, but I do want to make it like obvious that they're not welcome here. You know what I mean? I want to make it inconvenient for them to get in and out of the chicken run. So I think that it's going to be something that we just work on this summer, is continuing to like fortify the armaments around the coop, around the shed, around the chicken run in general. But they were really cute, like, oh, they're so cute. Like, honestly, if I didn't have the chickens, I would give them eggs from my fridge. Like, they're that cute. But don't do that. Don't feed wild animals. What else happened with that? Oh, right, I was saying, so chickens are really, really dumb, and as soon as it gets below, like, when it's like dusk, it doesn't even have to be dark yet, they can't see anything. And I don't know that from evidence. Fortification, essentially, Sid. I need to like build a moat or something. But okay, they're like really blind in the dark. So as soon as they're in the dark, it's like they're like, well, if I die now, that's what happens. Like, they just don't have any wherewithal as soon as it's dark. So like, once it's dark, I can pick up any of the chickens without any issue. I can just grab them, and they don't flutter, they don't make noise. They're just like, well, I guess this is how I die. Like, they literally don't defend themselves at all once it gets to dusk. They're just over life. That's how they die. And that's the problem I'm having with the raccoons, is if they got into the chicken coop, the chickens wouldn't even resist them. They would just all be slaughtered, because the chickens don't do anything when it's dark. They're very diurnal. I say diurnal, but that's because Steve Irwin said diurnal, but he has an Australian accent, so I don't know if diurnal is like diurnal. Is it diurnal and he's saying diurnal because he's from Australia? Unclear. Anyway, the opposite of nocturnal. Chickens are that. So at night they are, oh God, you guys need to see CJ. He's sleeping on my ironing board. Look. There's my cat sleeping on the ironing board. Wow, that's so cute. Sorry, distracting. I could send CJ out there. No, I wouldn't do that. I prefer your thought though, Jenna. If I can't get on board with taking them, I can't get on board. Hold on. Same Dave, we don't take things as seriously as we should. Things seem to bypass. Okay, I'm missing. Jenna, I'm in the UK too, and I got used to being arrogant as we have so little dangerous stuff here. So I thought the coronavirus reports were just news and it would never end up affecting me. Wrong. Oh, I missed what happened. And the raccoons found my hummingbird feeder last night. Didn't take it down, just tipped it so that all the liquid drained out. Smart little critters, aren't they though? Oh, if they weren't doing something irritating. Like, you know what's frustrating? Cats do all of the same things that raccoons do, and we keep cats inside and go, ha ha ha. Like, whenever I tell anyone what the raccoons have done, they're like, that's funny, but also, what a terror. And I'm like, I don't know, CJ does all of the things that the raccoons have done, and he would absolutely do that. All the things in the shed that the raccoons have done, but we keep him inside and go, oh, he's so cute when he sleeps. Hey, CJ, are you cute when you sleep? Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Oh, my old man. Living his life. Being a good boy. Good boy. Anyway, good morning, Maddie. Good Aussie accent, LOL. I prefer your thought though, Jenna. I can't get on board with taking things so seriously. What did Jenna say? Same, Dave. We don't take things as seriously as we should. Things seem to bypass England, so there's lots we just don't understand or think that we don't need to because it won't affect us. I get that. That's how I feel with this this whole pandemic. It's been very hard to like stay on track with like, no, it's really, really serious because it just hasn't hit here the same way yet. If I'm honest, it's like I keep saying with my dad, it's like abstract fear. He doesn't have rabies though. He could have just like lifelong rabies, Frida. Well, he couldn't because he's been shot for it. But I mean, otherwise, if you didn't have rabies shots, when you're crazy, you kind of seem like you have rabies. He is an awesome cat, isn't he? He doesn't have rabies. CJ is closer to a wild mix. Yeah, he's a Bengal. So one of his grandparents, or two of his grandparents? Yeah, one of his grandparents on either side. So his mom's mom and his dad's mom are wild animals, I think. Or maybe it's his mom's dad and his dad's dad are wild animals. One of them, like one grandparent from each side for CJ is like an African something cat, African leopard cat, spotted leopard cat, something like that. It's a wild animal that's smaller than a savanna, but larger than a domestic house cat. And then his other two grandparents were like domestic cats, probably something pretty. But who knows? They just have to be, like one part of them needs to be the wildcat. Probably they would go with some kind of tabby though, don't you think, to mix it with? Or maybe it's like maybe they go with another type of breed, like well, thank you, like a Siamese cat or something like that. But anyway, and then his parents were mixes of a wildcat and a domestic cat, and CJ, so he's called an F2, or does that make him an F3? F1 is one of your parents is a wildcat and one of your parents is a domestic cat. That makes him F1. I don't know. African spotted cat. Something like, I think that's right, Sid. Either way, CJ is an F2, I think that means. Because his parents aren't wild, his grandparents are. Oh, it's just project fear argument totally crumbled almost overnight. It's just projected fear. Oh, what happened? When it comes to virus, just use precautions. Yes, absolutely. Same with Scandinavia, but I knew it would be fierce. It just hasn't shown up here like the way that it is online. But I haven't been to a hospital, so maybe it's worse than I'm seeing as well, you know? I don't understand all the craziness though, Scrappy says. My friend saw a gal at the store who was head to toe in covered and she was wearing a gas mask and oven mitts. I don't know that the oven mitts were really helping, but I mean, okay. Yesterday my dad gave us N95s though. He finally found his box. He said, I know I have a box that's open of N95s, and he finally found them because he was cleaning the garage, so he gave us each N95s, and we've got them just hanging from our rear view mirror in the car, just so that when we go out we can put them on. Because now that it's starting to be like more everywhere, like it's made its way into our town. Again, I haven't seen anybody, I haven't known anybody yet. Hopefully that is something that somehow passes over all those that I care about, and everybody, but you know what I'm saying. But so far it hasn't affected me personally yet, and I'd like to keep it that way, especially because it is like the, what's it called? The, like, fear fatigue. Does that make sense? Like the fear fatigue is setting in, where it's just like I'm tired of being afraid, And I know that's not good because the virus is not gone, but it's how I feel. And since it's how I'm feeling, I know that I need to behave differently to accommodate the fact that my brain is going, it's probably not as bad. Like, I know it's as bad. I literally have family members in, like, positions of authority on this sort of thing. Like, I know it's not good. I know it's a serious thing. It's hard to stay serious about it when you haven't been impacted, which is why it's so dangerous. I just moved the camera so that, there. Now you can watch him sleep on the ironing board. On my fabric, no problem. Not that I'm using that or anything. Obviously I didn't finish my dress. I'm so tired of this too. That's the problem. I'm tired of being afraid, and that's what's dangerous, because as soon as you like put your hands up and go, it's probably nothing, that's when it sneaks in, right? Yeah, I don't, right? Exactly, Scrappy. I truly don't care anymore. It's like, it's just, it's hard to, when it hasn't touched anyone that I love, it's hard to not believe it, but believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it's there, but it's like, it makes you really feel untouchable, to feel untouchable when nothing's happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know, since I've been untouched by it, it's really easy to go, well, it's not going to happen to me. But that's not how it works. That's just not how it works. It will happen to you. It'll happen to whoever. It'll happen to everybody who it wants to. It's just not wants to. It's a virus. But you know what I'm saying. Dave, hold on. Scrappy, taking it too far, Scrappy. I blame the media for that. It's definitely taken it a little far. What's awful is I blame the media for the other way, too. It will. My sister lives in a small town in South Dakota. It was kind of smug that her town had 0 positives. I was like, well, nobody lives there. They just got 2 positives, which means the whole town is affected. I was like, ooh, guess your tiny hick town wasn't immune. When it wasn't immune, your tiny hick town. My tiny hick town absolutely is not immune because it's like 75% people over 75. Like, there are very few people in my age range in my town, which I love. I must say, I do love that. But what I don't love is that a lot of the older people haven't been going outside for a while, and they never got to see it get crazy with like everybody wearing masks and all the plastic going up. So now they're going out being like, it's fine. And it's like, no, you won't make it. Please stop. Anyway, Dave. But Laura, can I just say, people like you, hopefully this is followed by a good sentence, and everyone here makes such positive difference. Yay, good, it went the right direction. It's a big welcome virtual group hug when we can all chat on here. Thank you. Oh, Dave, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. It is like a virtual group hug. It's a good way to not go crazy on the idea like, it's not here. Having Lori be able to say it hit Massachusetts really bad, like, Lori, you're like an extension of what I can see. Do you know what I mean? Like, I only have the eyes of me and the people around me and what I choose to go see, whereas because you're in a different location, you're getting a different angle of the same thing. Oh god, he's so cute. So weird here for sure. It hit you guys, but it's hitting Ontario really heavy, but I'm not seeing it. That's the weird thing. And like, I guess that's good because the people who are sick are staying home, but like, it's hard to stay focused on the goal when it's, you know, hard to see, you know? I'm more worried at this point, since I'm not out and I'm more worried at this point that since I'm not out and about, I'm going to have a worse immune system than I already do. I'm not exposed to anyone. Right, so you're not getting exposed to just like regular people germs. Plus you're like a super neat freak. Not that a freak makes it sound like a negative thing. You're a neat and organized human being. So like you probably don't have germs in your house that you're being exposed to. The only thing you're getting is like whatever's on the dog's feet when they punch you in the face asking for pets. Does anyone else's dog do that? Just hit them in the face being like, can you pet me please? I'm now addicted to this live and all you lovely people. Me too! Aw, Frida, yay, me too. Gary, Indiana, pretty bad. We have a small population on top of that. They're furloughing staff at my school starting in July. I don't know what they're gonna do. They've just put out the proposition for the schools. I don't know what they're gonna do in September. They have 3 options: fully online, half classes, half days, so like 15 kids in the morning, 15 kids in the afternoon, with a hour-long sanitization lunch break between the 2 classes. So teacher is at school all day, but kids only come half a day. so that there's fewer kids. And then number 3 was, I don't remember what the third option was. They had 3 options that they're like discussing doing. I think the Rona got its notice to leave though, because June 30th, stores are stopping giving away free bags so we don't bring in our bags. Oh, they've already stopped that here. Yeah, they stopped that. I went grocery shopping on the weekend to get, honestly, I went in to get ice cream, and then I felt guilty being in the grocery store just to get ice cream for Alex and I, so I went grocery shopping and got everything we were going to need for like a week and a half. And Alex, when I came outside, he was like, oh, you like went shopping, because he was like, I'll go get gas and I'll come back and you'll be done. I was in there for like an hour, and when I came out, he was like, hey, you went grocery shopping. Oh, okay. Yep, I did. Okay, my work account makes my name look like that. My students go year-round, special needs. Oh, okay, so they're furloughing, but the kids are still needing support. On top of that, V says, I saw people not wearing masks, walking in groups, children outside everywhere. I've seen that too. Yesterday was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads in the group and all of the moms who are doing the dad work. So not that dad work is different from mom work, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say anyway. I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, there were a whole bunch of like family bike rides going on, but there were like so many people that when we were driving, we went to my parents' house because Father's Day, and I hugged my dad, everyone. I hugged my dad and I hugged my mom, and you can tell that both of them are under hugged as well, because like I got some pretty good hugs. You're allowed to hug 10 people in Canada right now. And so I have my mom, my dad, my little sister, which I get my brother-in-law as a result because they're always together. My mom, my dad, my brother-in-law, my sister, Cassia. I did hug my older sister on the weekend, but she's back to Ottawa now, so that's my bubble of 5. I'm not expanding my bubble to my other 2 friends because they both work, like one of them works in a medical field, so we didn't have any physical contact, and the other one, she's sketched out like I am, so we don't have physical contact. So my 10 people bubble is actually only 5 people big. So if anyone wants to come over and join my bubble, I'm available for 5 hugs. As many as 5 hugs I am available to engage in. Hugs and condolences. Oh no, what happened to Amanda? Hi, Amanda. I mean, I think that it gets the people you least expect. I had a family member that passed. He was so important to me when I was younger, and now he's just gone. And it's just a number. It's honestly not fair. Amanda, I agree. Condolences. I don't have anything that I can say that'll make it better at all, but I'm really sorry that you lost someone. I miss him so much. It is frustrating that it's just a number right now. It's not like you don't get to like, I don't want to say appreciate, because appreciate sounds weird, but you don't get to appreciate that they died or appreciate their life, because they're just a number, and you can't go do all of the normal things and invite all of the people. Like, I think like when my Nana passed away, she was just a very old Lithuanian lady, and hundreds of people came to her wake, because in the Lithuanian community, the old people in our area, like from Toronto to Niagara, we lived in Hamilton at the time. Well, I lived in Ottawa, my family was in Hamilton, and when she passed away, hundreds, like with an S, nobody knew who she was, but they saw Lithuanian last name, go pay your respects, and people would just come in to the wake, and we were like, how do you know my grandma? And they would be like, we're so sorry about your grandma. They didn't know us, they didn't know her, they just came to the viewing because she's Lithuanian, and that was enough solidarity to go to someone's funeral. Now, that's not a thing. That's just not a thing. And it's like, I can't imagine culturally how that's affecting people who have big weddings, big funerals. Like, I imagine that when I die, it won't be a big affair. It'll just be like the people who noticed that I was alive will come and be sad together and eat food, hopefully. But like, a lot of cultures have like, no, everybody you ever knew is supposed to come, you know, like, and I imagine that's got to be super messed up for culturally to have someone pass away right now and not be able to give them the rights that they're supposed to have. So Amanda, I'm sorry that you had to experience that at all. All my friends that had it have recovered. I'm glad about that, Scrappy. One friend, I was truly worried she wasn't going to be okay, but she's out of the hospital and she's in isolation. Is this the one that was already sick? Didn't you have a friend that was already, was it cancer? You had someone who was already sick, I believe. I don't know if I'm right about that. Maybe I'm just filling in blanks. Kim. I get it. You're an educator, so it does the university email type thing, like Bikinas, LA at whatever.com. Massachusetts still pretty serious about restrictions. I appreciate that because I know this is far from over. Sending Frida an extra strength virtual hug. Oh no, what happened to Frida? It's still kind of rare to see masks over here, indeed. I want a hug. Oh, I wish I could send you a hug, Frida. Just pretend that you're in there. Hello. Oh. Hugs and kisses to all of you, especially Amanda and family, but I think we could all use a hug and a kiss at the moment. Oh, imagine being able to hug and kiss a stranger. Like, not that you know what I mean, like you're not in my bubble people. To go up to someone that you haven't hugged or kissed before and give them a hug and like a European kisses on the cheek. Culturally, that's gonna be weird too, right? That's like a thing. How is Europe supposed to just go back to kissing people? Anyway, Frida, Amanda, that's hard. We didn't even get to see him get buried because we're in Sweden and they're in Brazil. Yeah. Even if they were in Sweden, you probably wouldn't have been able, right? Scrappy, my mom had a health scare this weekend and I told her, listen, you need to follow that doctor's instructions because if they put you in the hospital, I can't come be with you. They don't allow us in anymore. Yeah, and also, do you really want to be stuck in a hospital for a not virus-related incident right now? I don't think I do. I feel like the doctors that are dealing with you are probably somewhat interacting with other things that are illness-related. I don't know. Kim, I've had a few friends that have had it. One's still recovering 2 months later. He gets winded walking short distances. I've read that it's like, it's not, like people are like, it's just a really bad flu. People are still saying that, by the way. It's not. You get sick and it takes a long time to fix. Like your lungs don't have a good time. Not sure, Frida, her doctor put her on double dosage of her high blood pressure. Well, I feel like her blood pressure is probably higher right now because it's awful everywhere and stress is not good. I'm on my work laptop, so it won't let me log into my account. I mean, good, because it's a work laptop. They should have something, but at the same time, as long as we know it's you. Do you remember that free hugs movement? Yeah, they're always at every parade. Not anymore. Hug a stranger. I got instinctively so scared. Right. But like you know? And no, Laura, that friend that I was worried about is a doctor and was the one that tested negative twice, but still had it for sure. Okay. I'm glad that she's okay now, though. As an introvert, I'm missing the contact. I feel so bad for all the extroverts out there. Like, I missed, like, yesterday I hugged my dad and, like, we, like, hugged like we hadn't seen each other in a long time. Not being allowed to hug people, it really affects the quality of your hugs. Like, I've been doing the hugs that I've been giving and receiving, because they're so limited to the number of people, have been very high quality hugs, I must say. But I do miss the contact of just general friendliness to strangers, like general friendliness to the cashiers. Like, cashiers are stressed. When you go to like the grocery store, like they're trying to be polite, but they don't want to come close to you. And like, it's hard to work in a mask all day, so a lot of them aren't. And it's like, everybody who's going to a grocery store should be wearing a mask, because the poor clerk who has been breathing through one all day should, you know what, let them not wear a mask. If everybody else wears a mask, the cashiers can be behind their glass breathing regular air. You know what I mean? I had to go to the ER in April. I had a head laceration. Oh my God, it was so weird. Kim, I don't even want to. Alex has a doctor that's in the hospital and we have an appointment in July. I'm sure they'll cancel it because it's a dermatology, like Alex's immune system. Probably they'll cancel it, but if they don't, I'm going to, because I don't want to go in. I've still only hugged Ola since February. Well, it had been since February for my parents too, and I hugged them last week for the first time. It was very, it was like overwhelming to hug my mom and dad. Like, that sucks. It shouldn't be overwhelming to hug them. And like all of the people involved in these hugs, my whole family, we were all like tearing up. Like, it was hard to not have hugged all of those people. And like, I see my mom and my little sister and my dad and my brother-in-law, and I wasn't able to hug them. It's so bizarre. It feels like you're fighting. Like, the only time that I don't hug the people that I hug, like when I leave, is if something went on that made me not want to hug them. You know what I mean? Like, if something went weird and I was like, okay, love you, bye, and just got in the car and left. So it feels like things are off. And then when I got this, it was very weird. It was just weird. Yeah, Sid, I have to do that as well for our therapy. I have to switch because I have a coming up like physical appointment. I'm just gonna do it online over the phone. I haven't hugged anybody since February. I wonder if I ever will again. Right? I hope so. I hope we can get that. I see my parents once a week or so I'm okay on there, but I want to hug my sister. I just, Kim, I had to go to the dentist like 4 times. Talk about not fun. Yeah, no, thank you. Also, Lori, that sucks. Yeah, Dave, isn't it an awesome group of people? I like it. I like us. I think we're an awesome group of people for sure. Oh, also, on the way to my parents' house, guess what we saw? 2 foxes. I've been saying to you guys, we haven't seen foxes anywhere here, like anywhere. And for the first time yesterday, when we went to my parents' house, it was daytime. It was like 4 p.m. and we saw 2 foxes. They were young, so they were probably just wandering around, and they were like together on a front lawn. Like there wasn't like rabies or anything, but I saw 2 foxes. It was the first time I'd ever seen any in the wild. It was in downtown Grimsby. It was not the wild, but I mean, it was the first time I'd ever seen foxes outside of captivity. Okay, so guys, I was running late this morning, so I didn't go pee. If you can just talk amongst yourselves, I'm gonna mute this and I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes. I just need to use the bathroom. Okay, just talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back. There we go. My fill-in co-hosts are very quiet. I didn't realize how good being barefoot is. So that's been a positive. Being barefoot is amazing. All of the time. hold on. Let me just see if I missed anything. Hugs to everyone. Agreed. Why? Sorry, Frida, you were on a topic of our convo yesterday at our family church. Ooh, I was telling them how amazing your view was in the Discord phone call and how great Sweden is. Yeah, let's just go to Sweden. We have foxes on our hill. A couple of them have nasty mange, and it's so sad to see them with so much tail floof missing. Sid, the ones that I saw were like postcard foxes, like chubby little fluffy faces, big fluffy tails, white little toes, and like red, beautiful red foxes. Big though, much bigger than I originally thought. Like I thought they were like large cat sized. They're like small dog sized. Like bigger than Thunder by a bunch, bigger than CJ by a bunch. Pretty large animal for how small I thought they were. All day working from home, totally wearing such a light, comfy shorts. Isn't it nice to be in casuals? On the plus side, oh yes, barefoot, got that. I don't know if it's what it is about seeing wild animals. It just makes you happy. I guess we had a giant deer. It just makes you happy, I guess. We had a giant deer outside my grandma's house yesterday. That's cool. V, that's really cool. My mom and dad, they have a baby deer living in their like fields on the farm, and my mom said she's caught twice this baby while mowing the lawn. They mow on a tractor, and twice she's found the baby deer sleeping in their field, which is so cute. Anyway, I didn't realize how good it is. It's very good, Dave. Scrappy, my sister-in-law was cracking up and asking if I showed you my ugly looking area, as in out of my front window. No, you live in a lovely place. You have a nice place. Everybody lives in a nice place. And also, I mean, it's not a Sweden place, Scrappy, I will say that. Right now, Sweden is definitely at its prime. When we have 6 months of cold, rain, snow, and extreme darkness, yeah, that's not so prime. They made us come back to the building to work a week and a half ago. It's so weird. No students here. I would be more effective working at home still. Yeah, but they're like, oh, we're giving you paychecks. We want to make sure that you're not wearing pajamas while you teach. Like, which you should be if you're teaching from home. Scrappy, your house and yard looked lovely. Yeah, definitely. Bright green lawn. That was a green lawn. I'll take a pic from my front window. It's not a pretty little forest. Oh my god, right? Frida's view, so pretty. I wish it was legal to keep a fox here. V, right? They're so weird. I just want them to fully get domesticated first. Like those Russian ones that are like domesticated, they're still a fox. It's not quite. They make a weird noise, you know? It's carpet. It's white cream colored carpet. The worst, Dave. The worst. Don't have a cream colored carpet if you're a crafty person, because you can't see anything that falls that's dangerous, but everything else you can see, so there is no clean. There is never clean. I saw a deer deep in the woods the other day, but he ran away, of course, as he should. Our grass is on steroids right now. Right? That pic of the house was in December of 2014 when it was just built and we got all the keys. All of our grass is half dead because it's over 100 degrees. Yep. And it will be until October. You have nice winter grass. Scrappy, I love my little home. It's just not the magical land Frida has around her. Yeah, Frida's living in like a Disney forest. Dave, Frida, I couldn't live in Scandinavia during the winter, even with the northern lights. Yeah, same. I already don't like my southern Ontario winter, and we don't have a terrible winter. The sun never set last night. It just went from dusk to dawn in one. That's really cool. We don't have that kind of thing here, but that's so cool. That's really cool. Like it just goes just under the horizon and then breaks again. How cool would that be to see sunrise right after you see sunset? It just feels, weird. Oh no, it solidified. Did you come get your tea, Alex? Yeah. Okay, good. So, today, guess what we're doing today again? Another day full of editing, because that is what the day is. That is what my life is now. I am a video editor. Oh, also, good news on the financial front. Ready for this? Alex and I both have contracts external from our main line of work right now. We both are doing extra contracts, which is awesome. So we have like 2.5 times what our income will be for July, which is great because that means we're gonna mash down our debt further. So fun news. Oh wait, I have an Amazon package. Do you guys want to see me open it? I didn't open it on the weekend because I was like, I'll just wait till Monday. I got an Amazon package. I don't know who it's from. So I have an idea of what it is, but I don't know who sent it. So I will, I'll grab it. Find out who sent this thing. We can open it together. Sorry, Thunder. He's like, why am I on the floor again? Okay, so I got an Amazon package on Friday or Saturday. I think Saturday, honestly. Jenna, right? Exactly. It's horrible. What did Jenna say? So the winter you get mostly dark, right? No thanks. The carpet looks nice though, although the carpet is so impractical. It's super comfy. It is comfy, but it's very impractical. It's impractical for a chair like this to be on because I don't have the plastic thing, which I should. I know, I just don't. But yes, it's impractical. I always wondered what it would be like to live somewhere like that, Frida. It seems like I would want to live 6 months there and 6 months in Costa Rica. Like for the Swedish winter, I would just go to Costa Rica. Yay to mash down debt. I agree. I'm ready for that debt to be a number that doesn't stress me out too much. But we're getting there. We're working towards it. Again, Amazon, my Amazon wish list. Simple plug. If you guys are people who like to buy people things, first of all, no pressure, but I have an Amazon wish list down below. It has items that I need, want, or that are for the channel to help the channel grow further. This item, I don't believe is for the channel, but I believe that it is going to be an appreciated and fun item that some of our family members are going to very much enjoy. I mean, I'll enjoy because it'll provide less work for me, but I still don't know who sent it because on my Amazon wish list, when people buy things off of it, it doesn't tell me who sent them. It just says they're off the list. Hold on. There's a paper. From Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. That was very sweet of you. Crystal's not here. That's so frustrating. She's not here in the morning, but look what Crystal said. Are you ready? It's gonna make the mess less. Do you know what this is? Do you guys know what this is? Let me show you. Crystal, my fairy god sister, thank you so much for sending this, and I will set it up and take a picture of it so that you can see how the girls like it. So this is for the girls. From $310 to $789 in 2 years. Well done, Scrappy. That's an awesome improvement. I love paying off debt and saving money and building credit. I help my friends and families for fun. You know what? My credit's fine, to be honest. Like, my credit's okay. It's not as, like, honestly, when we moved to Toronto, I had, like, excellent credit. Like, 8 something. It was 8. I feel like it was in the mid-8s. Like on the credit score thing, it was like in the very green and it was called excellent when I went and got my credit score checked. But yeah, not as excellent as that anymore, unfortunately, but it's still good. It's not excellent, it's good. Whatever the number is. I can't remember what the number is because I don't check it as often because it doesn't matter right now. But yeah, it's not excellent anymore. It's not in the bright green. It's just in the regular color green. It looks like an onion rack, but Scrappy, that is awesome. I'm very glad that you are an awesome credit person. But I am working on my debt, and it's getting there. It's getting, like, my credit card is at less than half now. So that's good. It was at almost full, and now it's at like 30% full. But anyway. It's a chicken feeder. Not Scrappy, Crystal got me this amazing chicken feeder. It's easy to refill and to empty, which is kind of a big deal. the big deal that is the most big of the big deal of this is that they can't scratch in it. The chicken feeder that I have right now is just a bowl that I put a large rock in the middle of so that they don't knock it over. But this, they don't sit on it so they don't get poop in the food, and they can only fit their head in so they don't scratch at it. Look what Crystal got us.
Oh, that's awesome.
For the girls.
That's awesome.
So now the chickens will eat without wasting any food. Isn't that cool? And it's blue, which I think is fun. Never had any credit card debt, just house and student debt. Well, I don't own a house, and my student debt is over. I don't have any student debt. Alex has student debt still, but I don't. And I have credit card debt. But my credit card debt it's in the real world, it's a manageable amount. It's just because I don't earn enough yet, it doesn't feel manageable yet. But we're on our way. We're on our way, especially with this new job and the ads. Sorry, I have a splinter in my thumb that I just found. And because of because we've hit the number of subscribers we're at, the ads are coming back. So yeah, that looks great, Laura, doesn't it? Doesn't it? And it's big. It'll fit all the girls. Let's see how many holes there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12, which means 12 on each side. So the girls will not have to fight over food, which is great. Not that they do, but like Diane is a bit of a bully. That's awesome. I agree. You're awesome, clever, and totally on it. Absolutely, Scrappy. I did the same thing for my hubby. He has almost a perfect score. That's awesome. Laura, I've noticed your hands are unusually still today. Well, I took my ADD meds, so there's that. It's also possibly because I have a really bad wound on one of my hands, and it hurts. Laura, as long as you're aware and working on it. Yeah, Frida, every time I get a paycheck right now, it goes entirely into my credit card. Like, every part of my income right now, because all of my bills come off of my credit card, they just are automatically. So it's not like I have to have cash in my checking account. So right now, I just keep, like, minimal amounts in my checking account, like just enough to handle like life if something happened, but otherwise everything goes on my credit card. So I am working it down. It's definitely happening. Oh, I see. No crocheting. Oh, well, I'm going to show you. I have what I believe to be poison ivy or poison oak or some kind of plant-based wound. If you're grossed out by wounds, don't look, but it's basically like, it's like a dent now in my skin where like skin is missing, and it's not itchy anymore, which is good, but it's not healing the way it should. I've had polysporin on it, and I haven't had a band-aid on it. It's just open, but when I make a fist, it's very sore because it's tight skin. So I haven't been doing hand stuff with it. This happened over the weekend. I already had like something there, and then it just extended, and that's what happened to my mom with poison ivy. So it looks just like when my mom got poison ivied. Hers was bigger, but it's the same event, like where your skin looks like it melted off. It's nasty. It is nasty, Dave, and it hurts. And it's like, it's not bleeding, but it's all of the skin. So it's like if I've bumped it into stuff and it'll start bleeding. No, it wasn't like a blister. It was like it was somewhere between a blister and a mosquito bite. It was like a blister bite. It wasn't good. You need to cover that so it can heal, but leave it airy. Yeah, I just leave it open. That's how I leave it airy. Like, I'm washing my hands a lot, so that's not great. Is it stinging? It stings when I make a fist because it cracks and opens again. But it's, the poison part is done. Like, the poison ivy part is done. Did you see the fiber I spun? I think I posted it to Discord. I don't know if I saw it yet. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful photo as well, Kim. That photo is excellent. That should be like posted on the internet for sure. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm very, I'm excited for you. That's so cool. Jewel weed sap is good for poison ivy. Jewel weed. I'm sure, is that something that we would have available here? And Sid, yeah, continue with the polysporin, but cover it lightly so it stays moist but protected. When it's moist, though, it bleeds easily. Like, it's right at the blood level. Like, all of the skin is gone in that section. and underneath it is like the level of blood part of your skin. So if I bump it, which I've done a few times, it'll start bleeding. Oh yeah, that's fair. It's airy, but you won't bump into things. But I use my hands for everything, Frida. Like, it's very difficult for me to not have like dexterity in my hands right now. So yes, I can put a Band-Aid on it. I'll put a Band-Aid on it and polysporin for while I'm editing. But I almost want to just put polysporin on it so it's airy. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind, Frida, because I bought it at a yard sale, and there was no info really. That's awesome. Oh, on a yard sale site. Cool. I'll check it out then, Nancy, because I recently learned chewed up plantain on a bee sting helps, which we have plantain coming out of all of the spots in our yard. Ooh, I love my garden, you guys. I can't wait for it to like start making fruit. Candace, you're gonna have to come over and get tomatoes because there's 15 tomato plants now. And I also picked up more basil. Maybe jewelweed has small orange coral colored flowers. Oh, okay. Then I know that we do have it then. I know those ones, little flowers on it. Yeah, post it in Discord because I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I'm pretty sure that's a thing I know. Also, Frida, nice fridge freezer. And, hold on, Scrappy, nice fridge freezer. You guys make me laugh. Is it going to be in live stream discussion or in general? Probably in live stream discussion. I'll just keep it open. Chewed up plantain, did you say? Not the banana, the leafy plantain. Like in northern hemisphere, we have a plantain plant that is, it kind of looks like a hosta, but it's small and it's a bitter green. You can use it in salads and stuff. It's not like poison or anything, but it has long spines in it. Like think of like how... what is that stuff called? Celery. How celery has those like strings in it. You know what I mean? When you break celery, how there's strings. Plantain has that in the leaves. So if you break the leaves, it's got like strings in it. So not banana plantain, but like this leafy plantain, you chew it up and it makes like a poultice? I haven't had to say it out loud. I've only ever read the word. Chewed up, masticated spitball of green, and you put it on your stuff. You're properly adulting when a fridge is beautiful. Nikki, I agree. Also, good morning, Nikki. I saw you come in and I didn't say good morning. I miss y'all so big on weekends. Me too. I feel like on the Monday, I'm always like, oh, I gotta tell you what happened. I dropped it in my plant study server too. Oh, good. I like that plant server. Yes. Okay. Yes. It looks like a very tiny, like what do I think of it when I see that? I think like a pansy orchid. That's what I look at it. Celery, need for a toothpick. Yeah, it's like celery is the first, what is that stuff called? Dental floss, but you still end up poultice. Am I saying it right? Dave, yes, that and sewing is the only thing I have patience for. Spinning and sewing. Hold on, no. I use my hand. Populate her egg. Do you hear her? So if I get a cut or something, I use antibiotic cream and surgical tape, everything so it'll heal as soon as possible. Yeah, it's very irritating, isn't it? Anyway, well, we were talking about fridges and freezers in our Saturday chat. Oh yes, for those of you who weren't here, we did a Saturday call. So we were talking about all the things, but we basically had a phone call. Sid, Frida, Scrappy, hold on, Sid, Frida, Scrappy, Laura, hold on, that wasn't it. There were 5 of us, right? Sid, Frida, and Scrappy. I'm sorry, who did I miss? Somebody else, there were 1 or 2 other people there. You know what it was? I don't think everybody had pictures. I think it was just me and Frida and Scrappy that had our video going. But yeah, we had a little phone call on the weekend. Everybody was invited, but just the few of us showed up and we hung out and we chatted for like 2 hours. I mean, I was supposed to be cleaning. Sid and I were intending on having a tidy up live stream. A tidy up Skype, like a voice, what is this called? Discord thing? No, there were just us 4, really? I thought there was somebody else there. Yours looked way more suitable. I don't know, Frida, yours was a pretty nice looking fridge. Anyway, we were talking about fridges. That was it. Okay, well, there we go. Where was I on Saturday? Well, to be fair, it was through Discord, so there wouldn't have been a notification. I let everybody know on the Discord, but it was just the 4 of us. Fair. Sid didn't have her cam on, right? And, sorry, one sec. I have, hold up. I just remembered something. Da 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 da. Sorry. Why? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Just need a correction. It ended up being kind of last minute. Yes, it did. It was like, hey, are we going to go now? Let's do it. Yeah, Lori's saying, but the hubby had gone to the store, so I was able to hang out. Wish I could have been there, but Saturdays are for Hunby. Oh, that's nice. And sorry, I just was trying to accommodate having something on Saturday. So anyway, we'll try and figure it out to be on a better working day in the future. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my screens organized so that I can see what's happening in the chat and also what's happening in Discord. Whose car was that crying a minute ago? I had a bird screaming a minute ago. It was Poppy. Cat, not car. It wasn't a cat, it was a bird. CJ is fully asleep. But Sid, I took the cactus washi tape off my camera, especially I saw that Snowden film and documentary, so now I have tape over the cam. I have a thing that closes after the live stream, so I just close it up. I'll come to the next one, hopefully. I hope so. I hope you guys can all make it at some point. Frida, I just like the idea of just cacti. Yeah, seems cute. Cacti washi tape, very cute. Okay, so my garden right now, you guys, I've been paranoid since way before the Snowden leaks. Alex is a software engineer. I've been paranoid since he started going to school for that. Also, he's like paranoid me. Sid just happened to have cacti tape. Poppy sounds like a cat. Yeah, she does. Poppy screams like a screaming screamer. Every time she lays an egg, she screams. You made me paranoid, Sid. I mean, cover your camera because what if you forget? What if you forget that you left something on? Like, I've left the live stream on by accident before. Alex is at work now. I was like, what is he talking about? Anyway. I don't know why I didn't say it. It's weird. Anyway, we have a garden outside. I've told you guys about it. And our garden is bigger now. I told you that it blew up over the weekend. I'm just going to give you like a rundown of what's going on with it. We have Swiss chard, red Swiss chard, so green Swiss chard, red Swiss chard, green kale, red kale. A third variety of kale. Sorry, I'm distracted because I can hear Alex talking and I can't help it. So, hold on. Regular kale, green, regular kale, red, fancy kale, like dinosaur kale or something, green Swiss chard, red Swiss chard, butter lettuce, romaine lettuce, yellow beans, sweet peas, still Poppy screaming out there, sweet peas, tons of tomatoes, lots of basil, rosemary, parsley, curly parsley, 2 types of sage, chocolate mint and regular mint. I'm looking around the garden in my head while I do this. Chamomile that's wild, chamomile that's cultivated, a cucumber plant, a butternut squash plant, 2 large zucchini plants. I think that's it. And a whole bunch of marigolds and pansies. So everything has been going big, all of the greens that have been growing. Oh, and ground cherries and hot peppers. The ground cherries already have ground cherries in them, and the tomatoes, we have 1 tomato plant that has maybe 6 tomatoes on it, but they're very little and green still, so it's not like they're going to be tomatoes for a while. And the other tomato plants are flowering now, and the zucchini plants have a lot of flowers on them, so probably by next week I'll be picking zucchinis, I imagine. They grow very fast. Sunday morning works wonderful for me. You got me. You got it. You got me. You got it. Dave, my phone autocorrects stupid things, so I sound like a blubbering idiot. Doesn't that happen for everyone? That for me, I autocorrect, used to correct to auto cucumber, so I always just, if I say something wrong, I'll reply to my own text with auto cucumber, and everybody knows what that means. I've been leading Zoom sessions on my laptop. Oh, it tumbled off the table. Yeah, stuff like that. Exactly. Having the shutter or tape to cover it up with makes me laugh. The idea of at least knowing that you're safe. Crystal! Good morning. Thank you for my new chicken feeder. The girls are going to love it, or they won't be any kind of way about it because they're dinosaurs and I don't know that they love things. I feel like they will be excited about it. I don't know that they'll like it because they're birds. But they'll be excited about it. They love new things to touch. So thank you so much, Crystal, for this. Also, very excited. Sorry, I'm just very distractible. I can hear Alex talking. And there's one more in there. He has 5 weeks of vacation. Oh, that's awesome. You've got him home for a whole week. It's annoying when that happens, isn't it, Nikki? Doesn't it, though? Hold on. I'm missing some comments. I think it would be funny if I was spied on. I'm the most boring person to watch, right? Yeah, my FBI agent is like, really? All day? She's in that room? Like, they wouldn't even be, like, speculating where I'd be. I'm mostly here. I'm here or the room next to it or outside with the chickens right now. Daytime, it's very, very plain. Yay, chicken feeder. Yes, Crystal, thank you so much. I am really happy about it. I'm happy that it has these little spikes on top. You can't see them, I'll show you. It has little spikes on top so that the birds don't try and perch on it, because they have this fun trait that they try and stand on everything, but then they poop in their water because they're not bright. They're not bright. They're beautiful and lovely, but they're not bright. But thank you, Crystal. I just want to ask again, though. I said this on the Friday afternoon stream. Somebody, okay, I saw on my Amazon wishlist, somebody had purchased knit blockers for me, which, thank you, whoever that was. Knit blockers are like pins for when you're finished a crochet or a knit project to block it, to straighten it out. If you're not a crocheter, it doesn't make sense, so I'm just assuming you are. Those haven't come. I just don't want you to think if you got me those that I'm not appreciative of them. I saw them removed from my list, but they have never arrived. So if any of you guys were the ones that did that, I can't see who purchased what. I can't see that until it arrives to me, and then I get a little note with it that says who gave it to me, but I don't know who gave that one, but it didn't arrive. So just so that you know, if you spent money on a thing, it didn't make it here, so get your money back, basically, is my point there. But Crystal, thank you so much for this chicken feeder. I'm actually gonna go put it out after the stream because look at how pretty and clean it is. I'm very excited about it. Scrappy, that's great. July's not too far. Oh, what's happening? Your gift to Laura is so cool. Scrappy, isn't it though? It really is, because it's actually going to be so much easier to clean, and also it's not going to get poop on it, and food will last so much longer. And look how big it is. Like, we have 9 chickens. This has 12 options for eating, and it's 2-sided, so that's 24 options for eting. We only have 9 chickens. I think that they'll be able to get along a lot better with this. Not that they don't get along well, they're just chickens, so like, you know. They're just sort of like, they're wild animals, you know? I might be picking some cabbage this afternoon. Ooh, oh, might make some pickled cabbage. That's cool. Random, but I fancy some. Is pickled cabbage just kimchi without the spicing. Since I'm home a lot because of Rona, I'm either working, talking to my pets like a weirdo. I live that life. Cleaning, crocheting, reading, or streaming. I love all of those things, and I am happy that you're joining me for some of them. Nice, Nikki. That'll be lovely. Oh, what's Nikki doing? 20 days. I'm getting excited and nervous about my trip. Where are you going, Nikki? Did you already tell us and I didn't see? A week off in July. Nope, that's Scrappy who said that. You're getting a week off. That'll be cool. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up, and I also have mosquito bites just showing up from last night. I tried to get the water and food feeder set, but it wasn't deliverable to your address. That's weird. Well, thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. I'll have to remove that from my list if it's not deliverable to me then. Weird, but thank you so much. The feeder is amazing. I really do appreciate it. Yeah. Frida, I've never taken a vacation without my parents or my kids, and I'll be training 8 horses. Oh, yeah, right, Nikki. You're going... That'll be fun. Training 8 horses will fill your time, though. You won't vacation, you know? Do you ever pickle anything, Laura, or anyone else? No, Dave, I haven't before. I've tried to make bread and butter pickles and dill pickles, but I definitely did it, like, sketchily. Like, I didn't do it in a proper way, so I was nervous about eating them after they had been sitting for a long time. Like, I ate them fresh, or, like, a week later, but I wasn't feeling comfortable to leave them in storage, like, in a cupboard. Where are the kids? You said CJ was sleeping. CJ's sleeping right here. Here's CJ. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Here, we'll do this again so you guys can watch him sleep. So there's CJ, and Thunder is back in his bed here. Oh God. How cute is he? Is that CJ sleeping on the table? Yes. All real pet owners are talking to their pets like a weirdo. I talk to the chickens like they're women with attitude. Like I'm like, hello girls. Like I'll come out and if there's no eggs, I'm like, what are you guys doing here? You're just walking around clucking at the water, what's that called? The water cooler. You're at work, girls. Go to work. And then when they lay an egg, I'm like, thank you for your contribution, whoever the name is. Sketchy pickle sounds kind of cool. Turn it into an entrepreneurial venture. The sketchy pickle. Who knows? Oh, it's an ironing board. Yes, I was planning on making another dress, and then I got distracted by the lovely weekend. I tried to make pickles once, and they were rubber spears. I love good pickles, though. My mom made me pickled cockles a few weeks ago. Love them. Also pickled roll mops, but I don't like fish. I don't know what a roll mop is, but I know what a cockle is. Does she take them out of the shell before she pickles them, or do you have to take them out of the shell post-pickling? Rubber spears, though. Lori. Done training since I was 10. At one point, I barrel raced for 3 years. You might let Alex know you can hear him. Hey, yeah, he's on a phone thing, though. We can't hear his people, so that's good. Pickled cockles sound amazing, Jenna. Roll mops I had a lot of in the Netherlands, I remember. What are roll mops? And thank you, Nikki, for the heads up. Yeah, the weekend flew by for me, too. It was a really nice weekend. I had a really nice time. I played in the garden a lot. I played with my plants. I went and saw my parents. Oh, shellless. Okay, cool. That's even easier. Then you can just dive right in and eat them. Pickled cucumbers pickled beets, Frida, are my favorite pickled thing. What are Kool-Aid pickles? What are Kool-Aid pickles? Is that where you add Kool-Aid and it makes your things colorful, whatever the thing you're pickling is? Roll mops are pickled herring, Laura. Weird that they're called roll mops, but I do like herring. I don't know if I like pickled herring. I'm sure I do. I like smoked herring. I like the full herring that you just buy at like the Russian store. That's yummy. Frida, can't go wrong with pickled cucumber or gherkin or wally. Isn't a gherkin a cucumber, though? You know? Sounds really cool, Nikki. Agreed. You know what, though, guys? It's 9:45. I'm going to go because he's still on his phone call and it's distracting me. But I am going to go, and then I'm going to be back at 4 p.m. We're going to hang out. We're going to chat. Alex isn't going to be in a meeting, which is interesting that it's happening now, and I'm whatever. Sorry if it's hard to hear both of us talking, if you can hear him as loud as you can hear me. But I'm going to go. because school run. Yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna collect some eggs and I'm going to plug my phone into charge, do a little crocheting, and then I'm gonna get to editing. It's another editing day, a big old editing. Yeah, gherkin is pickled. No, I mean, like, I just call all of those pickles. Gherkins are, like, I call them Polski or Gorky. Gherkins, we always called them Polski or Gorky, even though that's like a terribly pronounced. Now I know it's words, but my dad just always said Polski or Gorky, which is like Polish pickles, right? But anyway, Polski or Gorky is what we used to call gherkins. But my mom makes bread and butter, gherkins, and dill pickles, and all of them are really good. Anyway, people, don't forget to drink. Lots of love to you and everyone else. Thank you for coming, guys. Love to all of you as well. And Crystal, thank you so much for this feeder. I'll take a picture of the chickens devouring all of the feed in it so that you can see what it looks like. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you guys coming. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you guys, and I'll see you at 4. Like I said, don't forget to drink water. I'm calmer for talking to everyone. Thank you. Me too. I always feel nice and set for the day now. I'll let you know how the editing went at 4 p.m. I'll be back here 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to like the video before you head out, and subscribe if you're new, and wash your hands, because we're supposed to wash our hands like all the time. So just go wash your hands, because your keyboard's probably dirty. So go wash your hands. Anyway, love you guys. And one last thing, thank you to my June patrons, Crystal, Susan, Lori, Teresa, Abigail, Barbara, and Anna. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, check the links in the description. Otherwise, also just check other links in the description. Okay, for real, love you, bye.